Hello and welcome to the Economic Times, the Food XP 2025. Today we are joined by Mr. Zorawar Kalra, founder of Massive Restaurants. Hi Zorawar, welcome to the event.
Great to be here.
Sure. So, how was your overall experience here, and what are the key takeaways from your panel?
Whenever ET does something that has that extra weight, I've received so many messages from people saying that they can't wait to be here, which means that you guys have had a major splash on the F&B space. And this is the first time that I think ET Retail is doing a F&B focused event, and I feel that more such events should happen. They are a great platform in which the trials and tribulations of the industry can be shared. Great informational panels can be produced, as well as the successes and combined victories of our fraternity can be enjoyed. So the sense of camaraderie and fraternity that platforms like this offer are exemplary, and I feel more and more such events should happen. This one was immaculately organized, always on time. I love it when things start and end on time, and some great speakers, very insightful panels, and that extra weight that ET gets. So fabulous event.
Sure. So, talking about your brand, how are you growing currently in India, and what are the geographies that you are targeting currently? And if you could share a little bit about that.
Yeah. So Massive Restaurants has two verticals. One is the restaurant side, which is our offline restaurants such as Farzi Cafe, Papaya, Masala Library, Made in Punjab, and many more. And then we have the online side, which is our delivery brands, which are delivery only brands such as Louis Burger, Nashville Fried Chicken, Salad Life, and Slice Pizza. And our growth trajectory right now is significant. Farzi Cafe, for example, is in New York, it's in Seattle, it's in England, it's in the Middle East, and in Bangladesh, and of course 15 cities of India. We expect to grow that brand by at least 7 new outlets by the end of the fiscal year. Papaya for us is now about 8 cities, and we expect to grow that brand as well. For us, our big push this year is going to be our delivery kitchens, which we are now in 6 cities: Delhi, Bombay, Bangalore, Hyderabad, Chennai, and Pune. And we expect to add maybe another 3 cities before the end of the calendar year. So by December, we need to add another 3 cities. We have about 97 points of sale. We expect to double that by middle of next year. So our growth is now mainly domestic focused, maybe a couple of international restaurants with Parsi Cafe, but focus is on domestic expansion for Parsi Cafe Papaya in the offline side and the online side with our Louis Burger and Nashville Fried Chicken brands. That's going to be the primary driver, and we expect to be in another 4 cities.
Sure, I think quite aggressive plans that you have right now. So, would like to understand more about the consumer preferences, how they have evolved over the years, and how do you see the current consumer demand during this festive season?
We had last month was a little challenging. You had Ganpati, Shraddh, and Navratra all falling in the same month, so sales were took a nosedive. But I think it's bouncing back already beautifully in October, and I'm already seeing the tailwinds. I think consumer demand is fairly unpredictable most of the times. You don't know what the next generation is asking. When we prepared Parsi Cafe, we built it for the millennials. Now we moved on already to Gen Z, and soon Gen Z will be replaced by Gen Alpha. And I have a kid who's Gen Z, and I have a kid who's Gen Alpha, and I don't know what the hell they want. So I think it's you have to be on your toes. You have to keep figuring out what the next generation wants, and you always have to produce products that the market wants. You don't make brands or food or anything for yourself. You have to build it for a target market, and you have to be cognizant of what they like. Their needs and wants are constantly evolving and constantly changing. So you have to be on top of it. There's no science to this. There's no amount of data analysis that you can do that can prepare you. Nobody has a crystal ball, but you can definitely keep your ear to the ground, watch for new trends and phenomena. Trends are slight in nature. They're not permanent. Phenomena are permanent. Figure out which trend will become a phenomena and build your brand around that.
Sure. So, I think how do you see food service industry's growth currently in India?
I think it's great. I think, the compounded annually is growing at about 11 or 12% for the organized sector and about 8% for the unorganized sector. But if you look at what it used to be in July of 2017, it used to be at 22% compounded annually. And that was before the GST regime came in and the input tax credit for the industry was reversed. That's a very big detriment for our industry. It's very important that the authorities understand that restoring ITC for us is the difference between death or survival. So it's very important that ITC is reversed for us. We get the credit back because every other industry does. So why are we singled out? It will literally mean the difference between a restaurant that you've enjoyed for the past decades, whether it's around for another decade or not. So we think that we are the second largest employer of humans in India. We contribute between 2 and 3% of the country's GDP, 1.5% of the GST. I think it's important that input tax credit is restored because that's what's going to make the growth of the sector go back to those 22, 23, 24, 25% levels, which are unheard of. We have incredible upside if we are given the right impetus by the powers that be.
Sure, I think great insight from your end. Thank you for your time. Thank you.